Hello, and welcome to your Forces in Motion Unit test. In just a minute, I will begin reading to you each question and their answer choices. At any time, please feel free to pause the video so you can think about the question, or you may rewind so you can hear the question again. If you get stuck and you're unsure what to do, please raise your hand and I will assist you. If you need something reread to you and you would like my help, again, please raise your hand so I can assist you. Are you ready to begin? Okay, I will begin reading problem number 1. Number 1. If a person in the picture lets go of the rope, the weight, W, will fall to the ground. What force is acting to pull the weight to the ground? Your answer choices are A, friction, B, gravity, C, collision, or D, magnetism. Number 2. A student measures the time it took her to run 50 meters. What is she able to calculate using both her distance and time measurements? Is it A, her force, B, her weight, C, her speed, or D, her direction? Question number 3. Which tools are needed to measure the speed of a rolling ball? Think about our formula for speed. What do you need to know? Do you need A, a stopwatch and a ruler, B, a spring scale and a ruler, C, a thermometer and a balance, or D, a thermometer and a stopwatch? Number 4, which of the following is not a force? Not a force. Is that A, a Newton, B, gravity, C, friction, or D, magnetism? Again, which one of those is not a force? At this time, please turn your page to question number 5. Question number 5 states, what force slows down a baseball rolling on a field? Slows down. Is that A, heat, B, light, C, friction, or D, magnetism? Question number 6. Libby went on a trip with her family. In her log, she recorded the time of day and how far her family had traveled since they started. If you look at the table, the first column indicates the time of day, going from 8 o'clock a.m. to 9 o'clock a.m. to 10 o'clock a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. Notice the pattern. Then the next column states the total distance traveled. We have 0 kilometers to 30 kilometers to 60 kilometers to 90 kilometers. Again, notice the pattern. Make a connection to math class. The question that goes along with this table is, what speed is Libby's family traveling in kilometers per hour? Her speed. Remember, we learned a formula in class that will help you answer this question. If you need to pause the video to solve it, please do so now. Number 7. The graph to the right shows the movement of a car during a 4-hour trip. What was the speed of the car if it traveled at the same speed for all 4 hours? So again, you're trying to find the speed. So again, you're going to need to use your formula for speed. Answer choices are A, 0 kilometers per hour, B, 50 kilometers per hour, C, 100 kilometers per hour, or D, 200 kilometers per hour. Again, you need to use the line graph to the right. Question number 8. Which of the following is most likely to increase friction? Think about what the word increase means. Increase versus decrease. Increasing friction. Choice A, wax on a floor. B, snow on a roadway. C, wheels on roller skates. Or D, grooved rubber soles on shoes. Which of these will increase friction? Turn your page to number 9. What force slows a skateboard when a skateboarder puts a foot down to brake? Is that A, acceleration, B, magnetism, C, friction, or D, gravity? Number 10. Mr. James mops the floor in the school each afternoon. When he finishes mopping, he always puts up a sign stating, "Warning, floor slippery when wet." Which force is reduced when the floor is wet? Again, the question is, which force is reduced when the floor is wet? Is that A, heat, B, friction, C, collision, or D, magnetism? Number 11. What do magnets have that acts on objects without touching them? Magnets. Is that A, a power, B, a machine, C, a force, or D, an acceleration? Now, I will read you your short response questions. Number 12. Different types of forces can affect how an object moves. In your answer document, identify one non-contact force. That's the first part. The second part says, then explain why this is considered a non-contact force. So you have to identify one non-contact force and then explain why it is considered a non-contact force. I want you to think about in class when we made the web diagram and we had types of forces and it was broken down into contact and non-contact forces. And then we broke those down into different examples of those forces. This is what you're choosing, one of those forces that were a non-contact force. At this time, pause the video and write your response. Okay, number 13. Some people think that friction is good, while others believe that friction acts as a negative force. In your answer document, identify one positive, good, and one negative, bad, effect that friction has in daily life. Then provide one example to illustrate each type of effect. So again, you have to identify one positive and one negative effect that friction has on daily life, and then you have to provide an example to explain and show and demonstrate a positive and a negative effect. Again, at this time, pause this video so you can write your response. Okay, flip your page to number 14. Number 14, a push or a pull are two examples of which of the following? A push or a pull. Think of our song. Is it A, a force, B, velocity, C, a law of motion, or D, a balanced force? Number 15, Which of the following gives the definition of inertia? Is that A, a sudden shift in acceleration, B, a continuous downward force, C, the tendency of objects to resist a change in motion, or D, the ability of objects to move in a smooth, curving path? Number 16. Stephen pushes a cart with 3 books, so it just reaches the end of a track. He puts 6 books onto the cart. What must he use next time so the cart reaches the end of the track? Is it A, less force, B, more force, C, the same force, or D, a different force? Again, 3 books to 6 books. Number 17. An object's speed in a particular direction is its A, speed, B, velocity, C, acceleration, or D, position. Again, that's an object's speed in a particular direction. That's north, south, east, west. Number 18. Suppose you roll a ball along a sidewalk. If the ball rolls 10 meters in 5 seconds, what is its average speed? Again, you're going to need to use your formula for average speed. Is it A, 3 meters per second, B, 10 meters per second, C, 50 meters per second, or D, 2 meters per second? If you need to pause the video and show your math work, please do that now. Number 19. Which of the following does not possess kinetic energy? Not possess kinetic energy. Is that A, a pitcher winding up for a pitch, B, a swinging baseball bat, C, a baseball moving toward center field, or D, a ball caught in a catcher's mitt? Number 20. The energy of motion, or energy in use, is that A, potential energy, B, kinetic energy, C, inertia, or D, speed? Congratulations, you just finished your forces and motions test. If you have any questions at this time, please raise your hand.